Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's been quite the busy couple weeks. I know that our lives have not been normal lately, but just kind of how it goes, I guess. Sometimes we have been hard at it and a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff going on the farm. We've had lots of help. It's been real cool. But before we do that, let's get some hellos in because that is important. The instigator himself was the first one in. No live is complete without aim.
Rat.
Let's see here. The silver lining is in the house. She's one of the stars of the show tonight. And I know she's so excited about this. Nito's good to see you. Actually, another star of the show. Got some stuff going on that front. Greatest name on the internet is in the house, as is Carrie Davis, who says no kings in Crosses, Arkansas. Yeah, that stuff's going on everywhere. I think I'm just going to stay home. The beautiful Louise Wesley.
Louise.
Yep. Barbara's in the house, as is Aljo. Jane, good to see you. My buddy Mo's here. Mo, good to see you as well. Paula and Kent are present and accounted for. Dana Green, good to see you. Dan Platt, hello. In on time, barely. Jeff, Juicy, Hefty, Lefty, Amazon, Mud Dogger, Slick. Phyllis has joined us in the house, as is Life with Mike and Jen. Good to see you guys. Let's see here. Oh, my buddy DR's in the house. What's up, man? DR is probably my longest friend. The person I've been friends with the longest over the course of my life. Man, long time. I mean, it was middle school, something like that.
Known the longest.
Yep. Yeah, what's going on? Good to see you. Rhonda Benefield, good to see you. Betsy De La Rosa is in the house, as is my friends at ACM Homestead.
Hello.
Yep. It is good. Okay. Oh, Redneck's here too. Hey, Redneck, did you guys get everything all finished up? Curious to know. I talked to Martha today about you guys just a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, DR says doing well, and yeah, that long. Yeah, it's good, man. Dan's a good guy. Super good guy. And we can't forget Sharpshooter. If you guys ever see Sharpshooter in person, please ask him how he got his name. Someone needs to be doing that. Just saying.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. And Lisa May, good to see you as well. All right. I keep getting ready to click onto a slideshow, and then someone jumps in.
Antivirus keeps popping up.
Yeah. Look at that. There's Crunchy Mama Farms. Crunchy Mama Farms, I will be headed to speak. Oh, goodness. Right about the middle of November. And I'm super excited about it. Crunchy Mama Farms, I know I owe you some stuff. I'll get it to you. We just are buried right now, but it's closing in. So we will absolutely get it to you, I promise. DR said he's got a new bow. Gonna try to an arrow a deer tomorrow. Pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Hey, everybody, let's give a big round of applause to Redneck. Him and his beautiful bride have been fighting to get everything they need in prior to winter, and took a big, gigantic step today. I won't share exactly what it is because I don't know if they would want me to tell you, but either way, they definitely leveled up.
They are all good.
Yep, they are all good, which is super cool. So another one of my good friends, Distraught Moth, is in the house now.
Hi.
Distraught Moth is a really cool name, but just so you guys know, behind the scenes, we call her Cupcake. Just saying. And of course, the real life trad wife. Good to see you. All right. So first things first, tomorrow is the Harvest Festival, right?
Yes.
And we have been at it so hard. And I cannot tell you how nice it's been to have our community, because I'm going to tell you, they bail us out repeatedly. And there was a lot to do every single day, pretty much the last week. Right, has all been in preparation. Now for us, it's extreme preparation, which I'll show you guys.
Extreme.
It is extreme preparation on our end, and of course, we got to wait till the last minute to get it all done. But anyway, super excited about it. Really, just to hang out. It'll be a day of listening to music and
hopefully enjoying ourselves,
just chilling. Yep, and I'm really could use some chill time because I have not had it in a few weeks.
Sit down, nice comfy chair.
Yeah, it'll be super cool. Stan Guthrie, welcome in, as is the Terminator. Good to see you. So we have had again a house full. I'm going to share tons of pictures with you guys of what we've got going on and what's coming up now. So I will film during the Harvest Festival. I'll make sure I put a video out there for you guys to see it. And as soon as that's done, it is all hands on deck for the Freeman Festivus, which will be the next one. I could use your guys' help if you're open to helping me. The Freeman Festivus needs some traditions. We need to come up, right? This is something that
you were talking about grievances or something.
Well, that's what they did on Seinfeld, was the airing of grievances, right? And the test of strength. But that's not really, I want to do something do something on our end. But anyway, if you guys ever come up with some great ideas on what good traditions would be for a bunch of ragtag pirates, survivalists, preppers, and homesteaders who all gather together
in the wintertime.
In the wintertime for our holiday, I think it would be just incredibly cool. My buddy Mario's in the house. Cannot say thank you enough to Mario and Jen.
Like a gift exchange or something kind of like
I don't
that?
I don't know. Just whatever.
Or a flea market?
Maybe. It'll be cold out, so you got to be careful. Or chances are it'll be cold out. Chill is not a vocabulary on the farm, says Jen. This is true. You rest plenty when you die. Now get busy. Let's get this done.
Are those your words?
No, but it would be my words, right? Which is pretty funny. Let's see here. Farm Ranch Homestead says, hey, all, it's been a while since I caught a live stream. Good to see you. It's good to see you as well. Yep. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now, and we're trucking along. Also, I had the opportunity to interview one of our county commissioners. I thought it was a very interesting conversation. I learned a lot of stuff while I was there. And I think this kind of communication is good, And that video, I put it out there for everybody if you guys want to, check.
Candid conversation.
It was candid. And we talked a lot about, taxation and how is it that they can through force take my property, but I can't just go down to the grocery store and take somebody's property, because my family's hungry or whatever. And so we got to have a good conversation. I hope to be able to do more of these. I think there's so much in it for you guys to learn in it too, just like as I'm learning. It is how you approach an official, the processes that you go through, what's customary, right? Those kind of things. I think really are a good thing. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I thought it was pretty cool. I've talked to this commissioner several times since, and I think he's seen it as a success.
Good. Then maybe he'll do another one.
Maybe he'll do another one. Maybe I could get the other ones or all three of them.
Like together?
Together. I'd love that.
The same.
It probably wouldn't happen because when all three of them get together, you got to give public notice and there's all this other stuff that has to go on. But anyway, Strutmoth says, whatever we do, we need cupcakes. Yes, we do. Instigator says a 2-person flag folding competition. So anybody that writes an idea down, you should write it down on a piece of paper. That way we'll keep track of them. And because again, we'd really like to, be able to do that. We had our second meeting for the solar stuff that's been going on. In the first meeting, we had 225. I forgot. Something like that. This one, there's about 130 that showed up, and this was all to talk about the potential for solar regulations, because they're not regulations yet, right? These are the proposals for what they will be. And so we showed up and in force again. It was really, really cool too. And, I think seeing one of the commissioners lean his head around the door and mouth the words, wow, was absolutely significant.
Because he didn't expect so many people, or
he
what?
Did not expect them. No, they thought 20. These were his words. He said he thought 20 to 30 people would show up. They had so many the first night, they had to roll it on to another night to let everybody get in there.
Yeah.
Which for a little county like I've got, this is the biggest showing that they will have ever had. Real quick. Hey, Squatchy, what's up, buddy? Yeah. A few of you watched it. That's great. Let me see here. Yep, Mrs. Hack says, hey, all in my kitchen getting bread bowls ready for tomorrow. I thought Yoda was doing the bread bowls. I must have misunderstood.
Can't wait for a bread bowl.
Yeah, Barbara says, Aljo and I watched the candid conversation on the YouTube video, and it was very informative. Dana's got an idea. She says, hey, bring something to trade or bargain for handmade or extra store-bought things that you have. A barter with your neighbor daytime or something like that. Yeah, it's like a barter town. Just barter town's always a good idea. Always. Picture to the right is I had filed a formal complaint against our county for the violation of CORA and COMA which is Kansas Open Records Act and Kansas Open Meetings Act. And so I got it to the Attorney General, and the Attorney General acknowledged that they got it. About 2 months went by, and then just this last week, I get a letter in the mail that says, "We just want to let you know that our investigation is still ongoing."
Oh,
And signed
I thought it was
Chris Kobach, which is our Attorney General. And so we'll see what comes from it. I'll keep you guys posted as we go along the way. I know that the commissioners weren't happy with me that I did this, but at the same time, you can't develop policies in the dark. You have to do it. It has to be open to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe that happened. And we'll see. And if I'm wrong, I'm happy to
Right.
apologize. And absolutely. But I find it hard to believe you can create a resolution on the fly, or in this particular case, what was told to me was they would create a resolution. The attorney created it, and then they just voted on it. What board votes on a resolution without any real discussion? Like, I would be having discussion, it'd be going back and forth.
Maybe they
and,
didn't have discussion, but
if they did, it has to be public.
maybe it was just two of them
If
together,
two-
and then two of them together.
No, if they are conducting official business, it has to be in public. Now they can go to what's called executive session. Executive session would be used. Let's say you're talking about an employee, right, or
and
some
you don't
health
want
issue
them to
that
know about
can't
it.
be into the public, but it's very small scope of what they can do. So we'll see what happens. Let's see here real quick. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Real life trad wife says making chili. Yep. Terminator says, I'm waiting for bylaw to show up to see if they say anything about the cabin I'm living in, or do we have to move out? I hope you don't.
Right.
Yeah, Hack says, Yoda and I made them. I am taking the tops off and scooping out the inside. Roger that.
Ooh, don't get rid of the
Yeah.
inside.
Jean Mengue, good to see you.
The inside's the best
Let's
part.
see here. Dan Green says, did you know pit bulls are Velcro? I have an 80-pound one on my lap. Yeah, so this stuff's really good. There's some more stuff we're going to be working on, I think, with the county coming up. But guys, get involved. And I'll tell you a real brief story. And again, I'm not going to mention who because I don't know if they want. But one of our community members came up to me today and was talking about the county wanting them to get building permits for things like a chicken coop and stuff like that, which is fairly new to us, right? Like in our county, you don't really. I've never done it.
Unless
and,
it's bigger than 350
right,
square
unless it's
feet.
bigger than 350 square feet. And they're the county's kind of trying to play it off like, oh, it's always been this way. And so I think we're going to have to go back in there with force, not violence. Please don't misunderstand. Go in force, and have a good conversation with them and make sure that we get that, get them off our back on that. Because at the end of the day, it's crazy that you have to ask them permission to do stuff on your own land. Now, there's only one part that I agree with, and that would be sewer. And the reason why I say sewer is because at the end of the day, your sewer can affect somebody else. It can leach into the water. It can go down, so that I think should be controlled because the government's job is to protect our rights.
Right.
And so that one makes sense to me, but none of the rest of the permits make sense to me. Now, luckily in our county, you only need a building permit. And there's no inspections other than sewer. But yeah.
And why have a building permit then if you're not going to do anything with it?
Because for them, what it does is it puts it on the tax roll. Right. It tells them how big, square footage, all this kind of stuff. Let them take pictures, let them measure it so that they get their, blood money. They get their taxes.
Mm.
So let's see. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's keep it trucking.
Keep it trucking.
Yep. So remember we were talking about,
the world.
yeah, I know it stretched that picture a little bit. That's okay. We were talking about how we, getting ready for the fall festival was sorry, I play with pen. Was kind of to the extreme because we decided that what we were going to do is put a septic system in. Because up until this point, all of the festivals that we've had and all of the get-togethers, community get-togethers we've had at the community building, we just got a porta potty because they didn't have the sewers in. So we got motivated and decided we would do it. And so it started with a blueprint and a bucket full of parts. Had to get a tank. This was actually a pretty cool gig. I found one online that was $1,200. And then I went to my Home Depot and asked them to match it. And I know the general manager real well. And so he's like, all right, I'll do that. And so got 1,000-gallon septic tank. Gregory, welcome in. Yeah. And Nito says it's just another reason for them to come on your property. Correct. So we got that. And then I had to get some gravel. So you can see the semi truck there dumping gravel. I bought 2 27-ton loads of gravel. That was the 2 piles right there. They're dumping the second one, as you can see. And then the picture on the right is We had one of our buddies, the king himself, bring his tractor to assist. So, you know, it wasn't just because I have a skid loader, and then we rented an excavator, which I'll show you guys pictures of. But then we also had the tractor. He moved a bunch of topsoil
Yeah.
for me, and
Yep. All hands on deck.
yep, all hands on deck.
There are all
Yeah.
kinds of people here coming and going.
Yeah, Sharpshooter says Bucket will be so excited.
Yeah.
So,
Bathrooms are nice.
you want to tell the Bucket story?
No,
You
you go ahead.
Okay. So there's a little young man here. We jokingly call him Bucket because before we had bathrooms, he had to go to the bathroom. And they say to go, just have him go in one of the bathrooms that wasn't hooked up. Just have him go in there and poop in a bucket. And you could hear him scream, "I ain't pooping in a bucket."
She wants me to poop in a bucket. He came out and told everybody. I was like, no, shh.
Yeah. So anyway, the good news is for Bucket is those days are over, right?
How'd you get your name? Bucket. I refuse to poop in a bucket.
So the two piles of gravel, and this is what will allow the septic system to drain properly. And those don't look like big piles, but each one of those are 27 tons of gravel. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
And we needed it before it was all said and done. We rented an excavator, and this is actually Sharpshooter right here. Digging out the hole to put the tank in, the septic tank in, because that's the first step for us was to put the septic tank in.
Yeah.
Hey, Karen, how are you? Good. Welcome in. I'm glad you're allowed to communicate. So dependent we are on the internet, aren't we? Anyway, so this is Sharpshooter. He was digging with me. I dug some. Mario dug some. Hex Senior dug some. And I think Sharpshooter. I think that's it. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
Did Indiana get on that?
I didn't know Sharpshooter was on there.
Yeah.
Oh, Indiana was in my tractor.
Was he?
Yeah, I don't know if he. Oh, yeah, I think he was in this.
Indiana might have been in there as well. Don't know, but
Yeah, I think so.
I just don't recall it.
But yeah, so Indiana Mike had my tractor, and then Jeff had his tractor,
Okay.
and then there was the skid loader, and then there was the excavator. There was a lot going on.
A lot. Karen said I'm tuckered out. Gave away 400 plus pounds of apples.
Wow.
Wow.
What a blessing.
Yep. Lazy Loper's in the house. How are you? I hope you're keeping Squatchy under control. Although I would imagine that's a full-time job. But anyway, so there was basically our hole for the septic tank, and that does not look very deep. But that's probably
Well, you could see the shovel in there, and then
Oh, yeah.
that's
a full-size shovel down in there.
the brown dirt, and then there's
Yeah.
dark brown dirt on top of that.
So we basically had to just dig it all out, get it pretty flat, dumped a load of gravel down in there, and set the tank down in there. And we set it down the first time, and it was pretty close, but wasn't exact. So we had to pull the tank back out.
Yeah, tag says tank is set.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mario got here and said, "Take it out, take it out."
Yeah. He's actually really good at that.
At redoing,
Take it out.
At redoing what
Yeah,
you've done.
no, it's wonderful. So glad I got
So you can wait
to.
till he says what to do.
Hey, Northern Girl Hobbies is in the house. Good to see you for sure. Let's see here. Yep, she's just shoveling gravel by hand is no fun. No, it is not. Yeah, Squatchy says, laugh out loud. I almost feel bad for Loper. Yeah, I kind of get that. Let's see here. Lazy Loper says, ran a little bit late tonight as I was loaded the dehydrator with beef lung. Terminators butchered pigs tomorrow. Look at all you guys.
Being productive, taking
Yep.
care of your needs.
Jen says the week's flown by and boy has it.
Yes.
Anyway, I had to dig a hole. That was pretty cool.
You go
And
home.
yeah, this is Sharpshooter. And I'll tell you a funny story. Sharpshooter is not the tallest guy in the world. And I had 2 rakes. They needed some rakes down there. And so I handed him this little short thing. I mean, like ridiculously short.
Really.
Yeah.
3 feet,
Yeah, I told him it was
3.5 feet
it was,
tall.
it was for hobbits.
He's not short.
No, but it's fun to make fun of each other. That's Moo Moo Buckaroo. And if you ever see him, you need to ask him why we call him Moo Moo Buckaroo. Because that's probably the funniest story of all time. He probably won't like that, but We like
But
it.
it's true.
Yep. So anyway, we're back down in there trying to level it, so that again, what we can do is set the tank down in, and you can see it down in there. That's Mario standing on top of the tank, and that is Mr. Hacks in the excavator.
Yeah.
And yep. And so now it's connected from the community building to the septic tank. That's as far as we are. And if you guys look out there in the distance, you notice there's not a lot of dirt disturbed. There's not a lot going on out there, but I promise you that is
Not the
very,
case.
very short-lived. Yeah, the first picture, that's just Indiana Mike and son of Hacks. And then Mario is where
Yeah.
getting ready to
Hacks
get
is
taken.
in the,
Yep, and Hacks in the
he
excavator.
was given directions.
Yep. Man, you're all over it, baby.
Everybody was all standing there.
Yep.
Yep.
And we have to eat. And so
Yeah.
luckily for us, the beautiful MMR decided that she would be willing to cook.
Yeah. She stood there and helped
Which was excellent.
man the meat.
Yes. Got it. Hey, one step closer. What's up, bud? Yep, good to see you.
Yeah. Everybody pitching in, doing some help.
So we ate and we got back to work, got back in, re-leveled the tank again. And again, it was pretty
Yeah.
good to go. So
And that's command hands, legs.
yeah, that's command hands, legs. Yeah. It's interesting how she got that name. Hanging out with us is a bad idea. If you screw up in any way, you're getting a nickname.
The
just so you know.
command hand legs. They could just be the command legs.
Let's see here. Mo says, have you buried it or filled it with water? It is raining here. You don't want a bobber. Yeah, so we actually went and pumped, Mo. We went and got a pump and a bunch of hose, Indiana did, and threw it in the pond, and we actually filled it with pond water.
Mm-hmm.
So, because that was a lot better than draining our good water storage just to fill a septic tank, right?
And it holds water.
Yep. Yeah, no leaks. It was in there pretty tight, which is good. So I got to tell you guys a
That was
funny
before
story.
it filled with water.
Well, but there's a reason this happened. So Mario was telling me that he always had this fantasy of riding around in a yellow submarine.
Mm.
And he was
There you
singing.
go.
Yeah, he was singing Yellow Submarine, and then he's like, "Come on, Tag, can I please get in the tank? Tag, I want to drive a yellow submarine. Tag." So we stopped everything we were doing so that Mario could fulfill his childhood fantasy of driving a yellow submarine.
Oh, there you go.
Aren't we nice?
Making everybody's dreams come true.
That's right. That's right. Everybody congratulate Mario on fulfilling his dream of driving a yellow submarine.
And son of Hex is assisting.
He's assisting, yes. Yes. he's assisting.
Wonderful. There you go. He does look like he's driving
He does look like he's driving a yellow submarine. Yeah.
in an underwater adventure.
That's right. Such a big, vivid imagination. You just absolutely got to love it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just put a blue tarp over it.
Yeah, Sharpshooter says down Periscope. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And Half Bubble Off Plum says we all live in a yellow submarine. Some of us are just there more permanently, I guess, huh? I'm thinking Operation Petticoat. You guys are awesome. Anyway, I know that, there you go. Mario says, you have inspired me for what we should do for our winter get together. We all need to make some sort of flotation device and have races across the pond.
In the winter?
I call the septic tank as my ride. Yeah. Let's see here. Backrat says, Timu version of Make-A-Wish. When his hope is on a shelf that low, you got to help a man out. Yep, we did. And I think he finally got to fulfill that fantasy. And that's pretty exciting.
He could even have another co-pilot.
He could have a
You should
co-pilot.
have gotten in there with him. You could have been his co-pilot, his
I was
wingman.
never big on yellow submarines. Just never was.
Oh, nice. Yeah, me trying to
Yeah.
get you piping from the pond.
So once we pumped the water Mo from the pond and into the septic tank, we had to go pick up all the line
Yeah.
and the pump. And
Not we.
if you look down
Me.
if you look down at B's left leg, you'll see a 5-gallon bucket.
With the pump.
There's a pump in that bucket, and that's what gets set down into the pond to pump it all the way up. And we have a bug out solar generator that we can take around mobile and plug the pump into it and and off we go. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
Look at that. Look at that. Louise Wesley says, congrats on fulfilling your dream, Mario. See, look at all these wonderful people.
yeah.
How
She has
cool
a
is
big
that?
heart.
Yeah. So was that hard?
Yeah.
Because you have a smile on your face. You look
That
like you
is
were
a
having,
smile.
you look like you're having
I was
fun.
enjoying myself. I was so glad that you guys got the pond or the tank filled up that it didn't matter.
Did you put it all away?
I stuck it on the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Somebody will put it away.
Okay. All right. That's a pretty good picture, I think. Oh, what did that do to that? I hate it when it turns those pictures like that. That's Mario. He asked me to cut.
Covered in something?
No, he asked me to cut something, and I just buried him in his office
Oh, lovely.
because he was standing on the wrong side. This is Violet eating pizza. It's
In a hay bale.
In a hay bale. So they asked me to, when we put the gravel around the pipe in the septic, to put a layer of hay on top of it to work as a filter to help keep the dirt out of the septic system.
Huh.
Which is weird to me because to me it's going to decompose in no time and it ain't going to be there anymore. Maybe by then the ground is packed and it's less vulnerable. I don't know, but Violet's spoiled. She got to lay in a pile of hay all day while we worked and eat pizza. Man, the life. That's almost as good as driving a yellow submarine.
I'm surprised you're not feeding it to her bite by bite.
You would be.
She had to eat it herself.
Why do they do that? So basically the septic, just dig a big trench. We had trenches that were, probably 5 foot deep and then 2 foot of gravel and then a pipe and then another foot of gravel and then hay and then backfilled back in there. But basically ours has to go down a slope. And so we had to, at every line coming across, the one on top is the main line and then it drops down into the lateral field. Every time we had to drop it down in order to keep because you're going down a hill basically.
To keep elevation
Yeah, let's see. Dana says you could do pasture surfing if there is snow using a tractor or a snowmobile or whatever is appropriate and rig up a car hood or something to stand on. My dad would, when he was still alive, when I was a little kid, he would put a car hood on the back of a tractor and take us out into the pasture and he would lock one wheel and just get that thing just spinning.
Yeah.
He thought that was just.
You remember BJ got cut his belly open off a car hood.
Did he?
Using it as a sled.
Ouch.
Being pulled behind something.
Northern Girl says, can you recommend a good electric fence system? Tag and B. I really can't. And the reason why I can't is I'm just a big believer in permanent fencing. And so you have some electric fencing, do you not?
No.
Don't you have some of that white stuff?
No.
Hey.
You told me to buy some, but I never did.
Okay. Hey, Louise, what's the brand you guys like? Because they use them. So I think that she could give you a great recommendation.
Probably the Premier One I think that's like the most popular.
Yeah. Fix up a rope handle. Oh yeah, it's fun. We did it here in Texas. Yeah, that would be fun. Let's see here. The enameled doors of those 50 vintage refrigerators make pretty good sleds. I bet they do actually. Yeah, and Jen says Premier One. Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about. Hey, we'll be cool. Welcome in. Yep, round edges. Let's see here. Northern Girl says, okay, we need some for the Haskap berry plants before spring. Cool. Let's see here. An Instigator says, one thing on a fence charger, pay attention to the joules, not the miles. Yeah.
Right.
That's good advice. Anyway, so remember I showed you guys the big open.
Yes, this looks like a mess.
This is after digging the septic lines and waiting for inspection. Because again, out here we have to have it inspected. So that's the front of the community building today, this morning, and we have the festival tomorrow.
Yeah, the inspector we were waiting for her to come and sign off on the job done.
Yeah. Instigator said BMX racetrack. Yeah. Yep. So when I woke
looks bad.
Yep. When I woke up this morning, this was the picture that I took. And again, with the festival coming tomorrow. So it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. And then my skid loader van was having problems and I had to replace some filters and oh my goodness, it was so exciting. But that's what it looks like now.
Yeah.
So
there's the tank is where the orange
Yep.
stakes are, so that we can. We need to get different lids.
Yeah.
For the risers, and that way we can cover them appropriately, and then we'll cover them with dirt. But we don't want anybody messing with this right now. So
yeah, it's got 18 or 20 inch something like that risers on it, but the lids for the risers, the ones we wanted, we couldn't get till Monday. So that's why we just kind of fenced around it. We backfilled up to the top of the risers, and then we just have to wait till Monday in order to put it on. But we'll get it on Monday, and then I'll take the skid loader down there and cover it all up, and ought to be really, really cool. Let's see here. Karen says, snow-covered hill, sit cross-legged on a grain shovel. Yep, I've done that too, and hold the handle to steer. We started at the peak of the barn roof and went right down the drifts. How much fun. Yeah, Packrat says, I believe Nicole saw springs for Cyclops brand chargers. They are high as a cat's back, so they should last. Oh, I've actually never used it. Cyclops.
Good to know.
Hobbies. Yep. Super good to know. Yep. So basically just flattening it all out, and hopefully
topsoil.
That's topsoil. So I've started putting.
So you did that after I left.
After you left, yeah. I didn't get a lot of it done.
So you got the skid loader working.
Yeah. And I'll get all that topsoil, and I'll just put a layer of topsoil on everything. And then I had an idea. Tell me if you guys think this will work. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about having B. They got to go to the store in the morning to bring me back a bag of grass seed, and then I would throw it all over this fresh dirt, so that when there's so many people here tomorrow running around, they'd be stomping those seeds in the whole time. What do you think? I think that'd be excellent. That's right. I don't know if they're working out, but let's see here. Yeah, Louise says, we used to have a farm track for a few years, but currently using Cyclops and love it. Made in America. I like that a lot. Hey, Conserve friends, welcome in. Karen says 57 watching and 16 thumbs up. Well, there's 16. Better than 15, right? Yeah, Terminator says, Tag, you and the whole community are doing an amazing job. Well, we work a lot.
A lot.
So it is what it is. Yep. So guess what else we did? We have functioning bathrooms in the community building. So I don't have them 100% done. As you can see, like the floor there, it's just concrete, right? But the shower got installed, and some of the shiplap, the sink, and the toilet. So then we just got to do a little cleanup job, and I think they've already done it because I took this picture yesterday or the day before. So not only did we get the septic put in, we got both bathrooms functioning.
Yep, flushing toilets and running water.
Running water, and man, is that a big deal?
It is.
Yeah, we got to have the porta potty picked up. Because there was a porta potty down at the community building, or has been, right, up until this point.
Yep.
So, but pretty exciting to have a bathroom. I'm just going to skip that one. That's me and Mario installing the bathroom.
Yeah,
he's
look
installing.
at that. Look at his feet on there.
Yeah, on the ladder.
On the ladder.
So
that's not on the ladder.
we had to add some stuff to the vent pipe up there, and so
that's dangerous.
Yeah, we actually had Killian up there.
Not holding this guy up.
No, not holding that, but up in the attic. Yeah, Mario was just up there giving him direction.
Yeah, somebody should have been giving Mario direction.
He did fine. Look at that.
Teeter.
Yep.
Do your ballerina walk.
Yep. And so we're putting in the toilet. Hey, MJ from Wisconsin, good to see you. And anyway, we made it a long ways, but they're not 100%. But
dude, look at this. You're not even smiling. Mike has a big old smile on his face, and you're like, "Brr."
I'm smiling on the inside.
Get out of my face.
I'm smiling on the inside.
He looks like a drunken high school senior leaning over the toilet with a big old smile on his face.
Actually, it does kind of look like we had a big old party and he had too much, huh? Pray into the porcelain goddess.
You're sitting there going, come on, man. Suck it up. You're going to get us in trouble. That's the look on your face.
Yeah, that'd be fun, actually.
Lisa.
Yeah, Jen says he's grown if he hasn't figured it out by now. Yeah. So we got Lisa's car high centered on the speed bump that I built out of gravel that's been there a little bit. It was pretty easy. Apparently.
I think you had her. She was running to get you marking paint.
Mm.
She was running like to the store for the third time or something.
Yeah. Squatchy wants to know who's holding whose hair.
Yeah. Let me hold your hat,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, that's great. The other picture in here, guys, is apparently I have cooked the exhaust pipe on my skid steer.
The exhaust pipe?
Yeah, look at the crack in it. See
Yeah,
that?
that's not good.
It burned through. It's good news that it's just a little pipe that I just gonna have to replace it, but I didn't notice it. But apparently it got thin and I hit a bump and it broke, and that's that. So,
Man, that
Oops,
thing
sorry.
takes a beating.
oh yeah, I use it. I use it a lot, you know. So anyway,
So you can't use it until that's fixed or what?
no,
Whatever that
no,
was.
it's just loud. You need to put a pipe on it, which I will. I'll get one ordered. But so anyway, that is my explanation of when we said that we took it a little bit to an extreme trying to get ready, right? Because we had put a septic in, got 2 bathrooms in, and we started on it on
Friday.
Wednesday. Today's Friday, pumpkin. Was
Last
it the Friday before that we started on it?
Yeah, because they dropped off the excavator at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's right. So we dug
And
the hole on
then-
Friday.
Yes.
That's right. We worked
Friday.
Saturday and Sunday and Monday, and then I was gone Tuesday, and then Wednesday. I was gone
Yeah.
Thursday, and here we are today. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Packrat says looks like a job for split juice cans. Stupid pop up and hose clamps.
But they also redid the water lines and the power in the electrical room, and there was some other things that needed to be done. So they did the septic system and 2 bathrooms and
Plum.
plumbed the water.
Yep.
around.
The rainwater system.
Yeah.
Is a better way to say that, right? But it was pretty cool. So and good news is it we actually got someone to take a shower in it. Killian was up in the attic putting those things on the vent pipes up there. He came down and he was like, man, you know, like I'm covered in insulation. And so he went and jumped in the shower. So having a shower is
So a
going to
nice
be
hot shower.
yeah, nice. I think he took a cold shower actually.
Oh, from insulation.
From insulation, yeah. Squatchy says I'm a little slow on the charger, but speed right 6000i is what we love. Cool. Your manifold, not the plumbing.
Not the plumbing. Is the plumbing in the ground?
Yes, the manifold, not the plumbing. That's probably said better, Packrat. I'm sure Mario would approve. Hey, Kip Russell, how are you? Good to see you. All right, let's. What else is going on? So we did that last week. Again, we didn't really do a live, so I thought I would kind of update you guys on it. Yes, Mo, one-way air events. So I gave a speech at the Self-Reliance Festival. I know we talked about it briefly last week. Really cool. Met a lot of really cool people. Met 2 whole other communities that I didn't even know existed while I was there, which was pretty cool.
That's nice.
Hoping to do some live, or not some do some collaborating with some of these other communities. I know I mentioned it. I also got to hang out with. I think I have a slide in here. Gratitude to Grace. That's the actual festival. So you guys know there's a
There was a
picture
bunch
of
of tents. Was it
no,
rainy?
the big white tent is what you spoke in.
Okay.
And then these are all vendor tents all the way around.
And that's a boat because it's a marina.
Yeah, it's a marina. You're right on the lake. Here, let me show you here. So that's looking out on the lake, right about that same spot that was there. So
Wow.
isn't that beautiful?
That's a huge lake.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was talking about is I got to meet Gratitude to Grace, which is on the live quite often. And we got to hang out and have dinner and chit chat. And it was a really good experience. I really enjoyed it a lot. They're really great people. And I know that they're getting ready to move and step up the homesteading efforts in a new place. And wherever they land, the people in that community will be fortunate and lucky to have them. But it was a good time.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's from the stage at Self-Reliance. There's some other cool stuff there. I got to meet Brooke Whipple. I never met her before from Alone, and some of that stuff. So it was pretty cool. I can't really complain. But
I'm glad you're home.
all right, your turn to talk, Pumpkin.
This picture one is Kelly came and helped me with harvesting the what I thought was the last of the peppers, and then when Lisa got here, there was more last of the peppers. So we've harvested peppers more in the last 2 weeks than we did all summer. And I think it's because it was so hot and so dry.
Yeah. And now they're coming.
And now it's like 70 degrees and we get a rain every like once a week, a little spit. And so it's like just enough to keep them happy. And so we got in there and harvested. The Lisa there has the moringa. We got the moringas
Yep,
tended to.
That picture, guys, is inside the community building, and they're doing something with the moringa.
Yeah.
That's silver lining, by the way.
So we took all the branches off of the trees and we dipped them in hydrogen peroxide water. And then we put them on the towel and dried them. And then we took them all off the stems and dehydrated them in the dehydrator. And then Lisa took them off of the trays after they were dry and basically smashed them into a jar.
Yeah,
So we have a mason jar full of moringa leaves.
it sure seems like to me the reward for growing moringa in our climate's not very good.
Well, I actually took the majority of the leaves and I didn't realize that they were going to like dry instantly. So I took them and put them in a basket and I thought I was going to clean them the next day, but they really start to fall off of the vines almost instantly. So like within the day. So you really have to clean them right when you cut them so that, or you pick them off of the tree so that you get all of, bird poop or whatever larva pieces that might be stuck in there. And we found a few little bugs, but when you clean them, dip them and kind of agitate them into that water, it kind of gets all of that off of there. So, I did not do that the first time. I took them and I put them in a barrel or in one of those harvesting buckets and left them thinking I'll get to them tomorrow. So when I went back to them, I went to pick up the branches and the leaves were just falling off. Well, it's whole lot harder to rinse and agitate leaves when they're already off of the branches and basically in a pile. And so I probably could have done that with the salad spinner maybe, but these are a lot smaller leaves too. So I just put all that stuff in the chicken coop from the first harvest. This was the second harvest. Not really, because I don't think they knew what it was. So when we had these right here, I tried to feed those to the goats and they actually ate them. I think that you introduce it to them and
hey, welcome in, Skanes Girl. See you tomorrow.
Trying.
Yeah. And you got lots of stuff you guys have been doing, right? How about that?
A couple things. This is the peppers. This is a nice, ginormous pepper. But when we got the plant starts from the res, anything that was in my row that died, we had taken the plants from the res since they were gifted to us and just planted them in the holes of the dead plants. And so a lot of these, like the banana peppers, this right here, I think I thought it was a bell pepper, but it was a little bit spicy. It must have been a cross between two of those maybe. It really didn't matter to us though. I mean,
Well, I think that's how you find new things too, right?
yeah. Well, and I mean, food, it's just go ahead and utilize them and eat them. Yeah, look at this. These are sweet potatoes. We ended up with 4 crates of sweet potatoes. Just a nice, beautiful harvest.
And you spent quite a bit of time in the food forest, didn't you?
Yes.
That's where these were the food forest.
I had a couple of ladies and that was wonderful help. So I've gotten a lot done this last week.
Yeah, what were you doing?
Right here, this is harvesting the sweet potatoes.
No, what I mean is you were trying to put your garden up, right? Or the food forest
yeah.
up.
Yeah, just
What are you
kind of
doing?
taking all the greenery and putting it in the compost pile. I haven't ever really had a good compost pile. So they're over here saying, put this greenery in here and then mash that brown stuff up and turn this and wet that. And so I'm glad to have the help with that too. we took all of the greenery from the sweet potatoes here and stacked them back into a pile and put this dirt right back on top of them. So if we take all of that debris with the greenery in it and stir the compost pile that I have right now and put this stuff in it and then put the dirt on top of it, then we can put that away for the winter time too. Hopefully get some dirt out of it instead of just a big mound of sunflower stalks.
Mo says, I planted California peppers and they looked just like that this year.
California peppers.
And Tradwife says, hey, B, just wanted to let you know that Sharpshooter and I learned today that you can eat birdhouse gourds. You just have to harvest them when they're very young.
Really?
And Jeremy said cross-pollination sometimes will make them spicy.
Yeah.
I'm caught up though. So you've been...
The birdhouse gourd, what did you do? Did you cut it in half and bake it? And I went over to her house the other day and she was pulling a cookie sheet out of the oven. And I was like, why do you have wooden bowls in there? I thought for sure she was pulling wooden bowls out of the oven on a cookie sheet. Like she was drying them, she was oiling them. I have no idea. And so I was like, why are you pulling wooden bowls out of the oven? And she goes, what? And I was like, what is that? What are you doing? And she was like, spaghetti squash. And I was like, oh, snap. That totally looked like wooden bowls. Because it was all like sunken in. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've made a spaghetti squash. This guy here won't eat it.
Yeah, you're getting Mo wants to know, are you getting in squash?
No.
Yeah.
My squash beetles took my squash.
Yeah, Nito says, wouldn't the chickens eat the sweet potato leaves? Yeah, those sweet potato leaves
Probably
got thrown onto the compost pile, which is right there next to the chickens. So they'll have any of it that they want.
They've been, since I've been feeding them only once a day, they have ventured farther and farther out of their paddock. So they are in the compost pile.
Luis says, how about those chicken feet? Yeah, I got a picture of those here somewhere.
Gross. Talk about stinky.
Yeah. Yep, and there's Jen and Silver Lining digging up strawberry plants.
Digging up strawberries.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we were able to move. These were Jen's strawberries. She brought 7 plants to me. And I think she had 14 and she gave me 7. And then she gave 7 or 6 to Louise. And so she brought 2 trays and gave half to me and half to Louise. And this bed had just exploded beyond what I had ever thought it would be. The plants were hanging down over the planter, I guess. And so they were like, look at this. This already has roots on it. Like this is already a plant and then, attached to it. This is already a plant. I'm like, yeah, we should plant those. So they got in there and dug them all up, and there's paper under there. So some of them were pretty easy to pull up, but some of them were in there good. We got those taken up to the orchard, and I think we got 4 swells planted in between Jen's strawberries and Matt's strawberries. We were able to separate those out, and hopefully we will have next year enough to make a whole batch of jelly and some good stuff. Because I have not had a strawberry patch yet.
You haven't had a good one yet.
Not to where we've had not to where we've had enough to do anything with.
Yeah.
A berry here or there, a little breakfast.
Right.
Yogurty stuff, but not enough to do like a batch of jelly or
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, these are some new traps. I had something living in my greenhouse and I couldn't catch it. I used bigger traps like cat traps, and I used snap traps, and I used sticky traps, and I could not catch whatever it was that was going into the greenhouse and digging a hole. They were going underneath the greenhouse and pulling the rocks out of the floor of the greenhouse to make a hole big enough for it to get in and out. And so I got these traps and put them together, and I got that first one and I thought, oh, everything, good, I got it. Wonderful. Yay. And I was going to put the rock away, like to cover the hole that it had pulled. Well, I had 2 traps there. You could see I had taken the one and disposed of the rodent, and I left that other one.
How'd you dispose of it?
I let the dog have it.
Mm.
And then I came back and the second trap had been tripped, and there was another rat in the second trap. So there were 2 rats in my greenhouse, and now I have another one in there. So I set the traps again, and that did not, I'm sweating.
We turn the fan back on?
And that did not help. I think that maybe the traps, I don't know, smell like the other rat because it won't, I have the traps reset, but nothing, it won't go in there. It's going around it. And I can tell it's going around it by the debris that it's leaving, but it will not go inside this trap. And I think maybe the trap stinks of somehow, maybe.
Put some peanut butter in there.
Well, I have the same bait that was in there.
Maybe it's
I
lost
need to
its
switch it out.
Maybe it's lost its luster.
It's no longer appealing.
Packrat says we have a constant need for traps like this. This game says that she brought 2 traps with her, 2 sizes.
Well, these are like a shoebox size. I've not seen these before.
Thanks, Sharpshooter. Good looking out, man. So we need a greenhouse cat. Diego says, oh, speaking of traps, has anyone heard of a skunk digging under a trap to get the eggs from inside underneath? Not I. Yeah. Yeah. Can Squatch says, what the heck is that? It's a weird looking rat. That's pretty much what all our rats look like.
Well, maybe because you can't see his face too much because of the cage.
Yeah.
It did look like a rat.
Yeah, Packrat says they smell like fear now. Maybe soak them in the pond or leave them outside to air a bit. They're both good ideas.
Yeah,
See,
I thought maybe it smelled like pee or something.
Make sure to rinse the trap out as the others smell death. Even though nothing died in it, because she just opens the thing, and when they run out, the dogs eat them.
Somewhat. I mean, basically.
What's that mean, baby?
Basically.
Are you afraid of getting PETA called on you or something?
No.
Oh. Yep. Rats and yellow submarines, aren't we just quite the crew? And look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. When Kel was here, she helped me paint the bookshelves in my room.
Yeah, this is in pod 4. This is upstairs in pod 4.
Yeah.
So we got work on pod 4, got a septic system put in, got 2 bathrooms put in, right? Got to do the winterizing of the food for us, got to harvest a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Got to paint some.
Got to paint some.
And I finished up the stain also in there, so that's done.
Squatchy says, definitely take swimming with no lifeguard on duty, washes the pee off. You saying just throw the rat with the trap in the pond.
In the water.
Let him drown. Let's see here. Terma said, I'm dealing with a fissure on the property.
A fissure?
I'm not sure what a fissure is. Let's see here. And the urine of rodents is very corrosive. You might need to take measures to keep the traps from getting rusty crusty.
Rusty crusty.
Gross. That is some gross stuff.
Rusty
Oh,
crust.
and here's the fun one.
No, it wasn't fun.
So I don't know how many of you guys know the story, but I'll just tell it real quick. So I got a call from a guy who I've gotten a lot of stuff from, pallets of bananas, pepperoni, blah, blah, blah. And he said, hey, I got a couple pallets of chicken feed. If you want them, I said, sure, I'd take chicken feed. I mean, we're always going through chicken feed. And then I left, got in my car, and I drove to Tennessee, and this is what was left from his feed. 2 pallets of chicken feet.
Feet.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yes. I was fortunate enough to have Lisa here. And while I was doing other things, she took care of my chicken feet.
You didn't have to do any of it?
I didn't do any of it.
Oh, my
She
goodness.
took care of all of it.
Are you giving her like foot rubs or anything?
No, I gave her chicken feet.
So
Her
the trade was she got
her
a couple
reward-
packs of chicken feed, and then you got to get out
to
and
not
deal
do
with it?
anything
Oh
with the
my
chicken
gosh.
feet. I had to call the dumpster twice because they would not come and pick up the chicken feet scraps. They were like, nope, not picking that up. Your dumpster stinks.
Yeah, Pack Rat says chicken feet. Oh my.
Chicken
Oh yeah.
feet.
Oh yeah.
Well, technically, it's the chicken paws on the packaging.
Pause.
Paws.
One step closer
Chicken
says lots of
paws.
broth, and there was some of that was done.
Yep.
Paid in chicken feet.
She was paid in chicken feet. They were clean chicken feet
I don't know how you sleep at night.
with no feet.
No feet and no problem, says B. Yeah.
No chicken feet on my property.
Yep,
Look at
and-
that. Look at that feet. Look at those feet.
Yep.
Look, she's holding the line.
Yep. And she made broth, and I have no idea what's in that roaster.
It looks like celery and carrots and onion and chicken feet.
And chicken feet. What do you do with that? I ain't eating that.
That's broth.
Oh, that's what,
Bone broth.
oh,
That's
okay.
collagen, baby.
Oh, so that's where she's making the
makes-
broth out of that.
That makes your hair so beautiful.
Just what I need. Yeah, just what I'm looking
With the
for.
pen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Your hair will be shiny and golden, silver.
Yeah, Skainsville says, did she can some? Yep, she did. And Louise says, man, our dogs love them.
The chicken feet.
The chicken feet. I believe that because Louise came and got a bunch, right?
Yes.
Okay, wonder, which is
Yeah, she
wonderful.
said they
Thank
should
you.
take a box or two, and so I put half a pallet in the car. Yeah, I did. I was like, oh, look over there. Shove another one in.
All right, Louise, are you happy you got a half a car, or are you not
Half a
happy?
pallet.
Half a pallet, or are you not happy? You wish you only had a couple packs.
Yeah, her husband was like, quit with the chicken feet. Bring me chicken breast.
Dana says broth, yum. Yep, aromatics. Yes, Nidos, but much larger and can be vicious as a badger. Or they're talking about a fisher. Yeah, I thought maybe it'd be like a
Yeah.
ferret.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. He says you loaded 7 boxes. So
Something I would
yeah, do you wish you had 9 or do you wish you had 5? For curiosity.
7 boxes. That was half a pallet.
Mm. Which is pretty cool. Isn't that beautiful? What a great smile she has, huh?
Yeah, look at she was so happy to have all them feet.
Yeah. Louise said she'd have rather had 2. Oh.
Lucky girl.
Oh my goodness. Ken Scott says he's got to trap squirrels to keep them out of the attic. Trap them and give them to the dogs. Works for B. Right?
Yeah.
Oops. Let's get rid of that. So garden has been going. You've been harvesting that and chicken feet, right? What's
Chicken
next?
feet.
I thought you guys were going to do some chicken harvesting.
Haven't yet.
Is that on the plan?
Been busy.
Is that on the plan?
I don't know if we're gonna have time. We're
Mhm.
running out of days fast.
Oh, okay. Got that. Let's see here. Pack Rat says a fisher is a member of the weasel family. So yes. Okay. Yeah, I was figuring it'd be like a ferret or something like that. But anyway, he was talking about the peppers and all of that stuff, and it seems to me like the year is very weird. Would you agree?
I think it seems like spring.
Yeah, because you got weird stuff growing that it won't typically grow. And we've had a big thing going on lately, which is we have guineas hatching and turkeys hatching, and we got babies all over the place, which typically we wouldn't, right?
Not usually. No.
You know, usually by this time of
Typically a
year, they're
spring
done.
thing. Yes,
Talk
I
about,
found
talk
this.
about your guinea collection.
I found this, and then I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to tend to this. I came back 2 days later because I thought that, I just found them. I was gonna have time, and they had 20 of them hatch. So she was running around with 20 birds at one point in time. I had 4 so the mom took some of them over and was walking around with them. So they don't all hatch at the same time. There's what did hatch, she walked away with, and then 4 of them got like lost in the commute. And so they were in the middle of the driving lane, I guess, driving path in the orchard. So I went to drive and I ran them over. they not the tires, obviously, but they went underneath the car, underneath the
The
Kubota, and I had to pull past them and jump out and make sure that I didn't. Good thing they were kind of huddled together in a little ball. They weren't running around. I did not unalive any of them, but they didn't all make it, because when
How many you got now?
I have 5 out there now.
Out of 20?
Well, yeah, but when we had the kids came over and helped me clean the chicken coop out, and I paid them in guineas. It's like,
okay. Oh, so how many? Okay,
I said,
how many did you give away?
however you can. I said, here's a box, and whatever you can catch, you can keep.
Okay.
And I think they took 7 guineas and 3 turkey babies, because there were turkey babies that were still alive, and the mom she had 8, and then 7, and then 6, and then she had 3 left. And she was it was getting colder in the nighttime, and she was jumping up on the fence like, come on, get up here. And they weren't getting up there, especially if it had rained a little bit. And so they're wet and cold and on the ground, and she's up on the fence, and she's not calling them. She's not making noises, and they're just like running around. And so when the kids were here, I was like, hey, here, throw these turkeys in your guinea box. Maybe your mom won't notice. So then they were like, okay, we'll take them home. And then I told the mom, she was like, hey, I'm going to come get the kids. And I was like, you better hurry. I told them that they could have however many babies they can catch. And she's like, I'm on my way. And I'm like, no, take your time. Take your time.
Oh my goodness.
Her lavender is blooming.
Yeah. There's something weird going on. Yeah, let's see here. She says the turkeys are Buttercup, the Man in Black,
and Indigo
Montoya.
Because those were the 3 that
those would be the turkeys, right?
The 3, yes. There was a black one, plate one, and then one that looks like a Narragansett, but I can't just have one baby running around by itself at this point in time. So I can't keep it warm.
We started the year with 5 guineas. You didn't hatch any guineas.
I didn't know. I was giving the eggs away because I did not want to have any. So every time I found guinea eggs, I was giving them away to others.
And how many guineas do you have now?
I've got like 27.
We started with 5. And she didn't want any more. The guineas figured out if they flew over the food forest fence, they could hatch and raise their young away from any type of any predators, anything in there. And so they have taken a liking to the food forest. And so far they haven't really been digging up any plants or anything.
There was they pulled some of the mulch away from the swells. You could tell that it's dirt up there and the mulch is down in the walkway. So they've been just tearing stuff up, but not like the chickens. The chickens I let in my garden once, and I came back and was like, oh no, they were chewing the plants off. They were tearing the dirt up, the mulch up. They were even eating the plants. So
yeah, Jen says they are fantastic at keeping the ticks out of the food forest. Didn't see one tick.
Oh, good.
Yep. Oh, I buy that. There's a lot of them in there, right? Yeah. Trevor says you won't have any ticks. Official bird of the Freeman movement, the guinea. They broke out to live the life that they loved. Yes, they did. Pack rat. I love that.
And they're the only bird that really doesn't stick around. They go over into the other paddock. They're over in the field up above the paddocks that aren't even paddocked. They really are free-ranging birds.
Yeah.
They go wherever they want.
Yeah. And there's a fence completely around the food forest. They just fly over it.
Oh, yeah. They glide.
Yeah, Nito says, but they eat all the bugs.
They do. I saw when I had the Japanese beetles in the orchard, there was a guinea in the middle of the horseradish, and it was jumping up and grabbing the bugs off of the top of the plant. I was like, that's great. Keep at it.
Yeah, clean up. I remember when they went and cleaned all your potatoes up.
Yeah.
They went through the whole potato. She had potato bugs.
Potato bugs.
Them guineas went through that and cleaned it up. So I don't know. We'll keep experimenting. Pack Rat says, and vocal as the free men are. Ain't that the
Yeah.
phrase? Yep.
They are definitely not quiet.
Look at that beautiful picture.
Yep.
More eggs.
Jen's loving on the cows.
Yeah, that's Lady, and she is.
Well, she was petting Freeman, and Lady was like, "Don't touch him. He stinks. Touch me." So she had to share the love.
Mm. Yeah, it seems like the cows are a fan favorite around the farm. You agree with that?
Yeah, and they love attention.
And they love the attention. Yeah. I did not know cows could be so friendly. You know, we had cows growing up, but I never played with them or petted them or anything.
Oh, really?
No, they were out in the
Well,
pasture, and
maybe
then we
these
ate them.
guys are very overly friendly.
They are
maybe.
overly friendly.
They're like dogs.
Yeah.
Like big dogs.
Yeah, the black one on the other side of Jen right there. That's Freeman. He's going to freezer camp in 2026. And speaking of that, what else happened to your cows?
Oh, took the calves in to get banded.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting experience I'd never experienced before. So we get him in the trailer and we get him to the vet and we let him out, and then there's like a path, I guess, and a squeeze chute, so they like push him, and then there's nowhere for them to go except for down this hallway. So they start going down this hallway, which goes and bends around the corner, and at the end is a squeeze chute, and so you get the cow in there and they squeeze his head in the chute.
Mm-hmm.
And then the side folds down and the vet can get in there, and he just like banded him, and he's like, "Oh man, I only got one." And we're like, "Oh, okay, well, what's that mean?" He's like, "I got to redo it." So he like gets his knife out and he cuts it, and then he cuts his hand, and then he like gets and then he goes like puts it in his mouth, and I was like, "Oh God." Are you kidding me? After he was just on my cow's balls. Great, dude. So then he had to like set it up again. And this like particular bander, I'd seen Luis has this one that it's like this. And so you put the band on it and you squeeze it and it like opens up, and then you put it on there and then, it does the thing. But this has like, it's the big band, and it actually like, it's like a fishing reel. Like it like he like spins it, and it like goes around, and then it like cuts the end of the circle off, so it's adjustable. They're different sizes. So he got my two banded, and then Luis had a calf that we had taken in also, so we got 3 banded and then back in the trailer. It took us longer to pay than it did for that whole process.
Mm-hmm.
And
what it cost you to have 2 of them banded?
$25. So it's like $11 a cow. And then I had like a tetanus shot or something, or not rabies. I don't know. There was some kind of shot in a banding.
Hey, Scott, welcome in, buddy. Hey, we were talking about you earlier. If you're at the beginning of the live, you'll see that here shortly. But yeah, Pack Rat says big animal vets have to cowboy up early in their career or they don't last. I believe that.
I love our vet. He's a great. What is that?
That's B.
Why?
Ventura.
That's not Ace
Pet
Ventura.
collector.
There.
Yeah, remember when
Oh,
he's
lovely. What's up with my face? What are you doing?
I just put the face on Ace Ventura's body because you're a pet collector.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple different birds. I still have to kind of get rid of a couple.
It is so funny when she walks out of that barn with that feed. It's totally like watching Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
They like it.
Yeah, I think I did a good job on that picture. What do you
There's
think?
a couple I got to get rid of. No, I don't like it.
You don't?
It doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, I like it. Let's see here. Luis says, yes, tetanus and band. Got it. Pack Rat thinks it's funny. Apparently B don't think it's funny. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, right, baby?
It's all good.
Hey, I wanted to point out something to you guys. So Nidos, we gave them a big round of applause last week because they got their grid down system mostly installed, a lot of the stuff done. He had sent me some pictures and I asked permission if I could show the pictures. And so I just thought I'd show those to you
Look
guys
at that.
tonight.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. And on off switch, on the outside of the house, the power system on the inside, and then where they're putting the panels and the racking. Now I got a new picture today of the racking being up, but it was long after I had loaded the live. So, yeah.
And that's the racking.
Yeah, that's the racking. Packrat says homestead version of a Disney princess with all of her birds.
Yep.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, Mo says Snow White would be better. That's right. B Ventura, pet collector.
Pet collector.
That's right. That's right, Mario. It's B Ventura, pet collector. I keep telling everybody that she sneaks them in on me.
I need a couple more.
If you could get another animal today, what would it be?
I don't know.
You want to have your heart set on anything?
No.
I'd get a buffalo.
The Tonka.
Yeah, I'd get
Why?
a Tonka because I like to eat buffalo. That's all. Haven't you ever had buffalo before?
Yeah, we had buffalo burger. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to raise it.
You don't know if you want to raise it. What do you mean?
I don't know if I want to raise another animal so that we can have a little bit of
Pete says sheep.
buffalo burger.
So we have
12.
no, they got
11?
eight sheep. They just don't live on our farm. But I went and bought a herd. I went in on and purchased a herd of sheep with my neighbor, and he's got a lot more land than I do. He's got 300 acres, and I've got 40. And so they live over there, but we do own them, but we have never
Seen them.
raised them or, anything like that. So, yeah, Instigator says emu and llama. What for?
I don't want a spitting animal.
No, I'm with Squatchy bison. Yeah, Mo says crocodiles.
No.
Squatch says what flavor of sheep? Do you remember what those are?
Katahdin.
Katahdin sheep. Yeah. Okay. And I just bought them because I bought, I got, part of the deal here. But, oh my goodness. All right. Show you guys another picture here. We're closing in on the end here, guys. We're going to be a little short tonight, but it's just, we've got so much going on. So, I wanted to give a big shout out to my sister. She has 3 Water Street waffle companies now. The last one opened in Connecticut, and then they won the top eatery in their town in Connecticut.
Wow.
So she got a big old award. That's my sister on the left, closest to B and I.
The blonde.
Yeah. And so anyway, I just wanted to wish her congratulations. I know sometimes she watches the live, but I just wanted to give her that because pretty cool,
Your sister and your niece.
Yep, and my niece.
And is this the other?
That's the Connecticut restaurant.
Okay.
Yep. Will be cool. Says got to have some good fencing for bison. They can jump 6 feet. Yeah, I'm not getting bison. That just would be the next one I'd be the one on my list that I'd like to have, But anyway. And then we also did a concrete pad. All I helped do was square it up. A lot of the community though went over. They're going to build a little tiny house right there.
Oh, good.
And so that's over at Tracy and Jay's.
Wonderful.
And this is their boy Jacob's going to build his own house, and so we managed to get that squeezed kind of in there too. I think. Yep. So that's all I have tonight. B, what do you got? Anything else that we didn't talk about?
No. Not really.
Not really. All right. Well, you got guys. Tomorrow again is the Harvest Fest. We will videotape it. I also will release a video on the entire septic system install. I filmed the whole thing.
That's a good idea because you couldn't see it all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. You got any parting words before we get out of here, Pumpkin?
I had written down that we needed to be accountable to do for ourselves, right? If you want good food, you got to do it yourself. You want to have control of that. You want a good school, then be involved. A good community, you got to show up.
Yep.
And then also expectations where, if these expectations are resentment in the making, right? We've said that several times before. If you expect and expect and expect and expect and it doesn't happen, then you start to get resentful for it because your expectations aren't being met. So then could possibly cause issues. But you know, if your expectations are, we have to be accountable for our own expectations, right? Raise our own, our expectations of ourselves to raise that up, and then also to lower them for others, so that we're also not playing into the potential problem.
Yeah, I think I'll run with what you got there. I think freedom is nothing more than accountability, right? In order to be free, you have to take care of things for yourself. So that means you ultimately have to be super accountable and radically honest with yourself, you know, in order to be able to provide your own things. And so, you know, a lot of people think freedom means you get to do what you want, when I would argue freedom is the highest form of accountability, because without it, you're never going to achieve it. As far as the expectation things go, I agree with B. We should keep high expectations of ourselves, but be careful taking everything too seriously, because, you know, you get, and I know I suffer from it all the time. I'm a driver and I can't help it. It's just what I am. And, you know, I set lofty expectations, and, you know, that makes them easy to be, because not everybody's me, right? At the end of the day.
We are not you.
Yeah. So, you know, practice grace, you know, maybe lower some expectations for the people around you, raise your own expectations, and understand that freedom is nothing more than accountability. We love you guys, and we'll see you in a week. I'll put out some videos. See you guys.